Ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting to build up to the Elimination Chamber. Now, I know that the Elimination Chamber qualifying matches started on SmackDown last Friday, but I wasn't doing a SmackDown review. I was quite busy. But if you guys missed Friday Night SmackDown, they started the men's and women's qualifying matches. As for the men, Randy Orton was the one that qualified as he defeated Solo Sikoa and Aleister Black in a triple threat match. Yeah, they're doing triple threat matches for qualifying matches. I mean, it's understandable, but we can't just get like normal one-on-one matches, but it's whatever. And in the women's side, Tiffany Stratton, who returned in the Royal Rumble, qualified for the Elimination Chamber as she faced Lash Legend and Chelsea Green, also in a triple threat match. So that's just in case if you guys were living under a rock. Anyways, let's get to Monday Night Raw. So the show starts off, you know how they usually show people walking into the arena when the show starts? Well, when CM Punk was walking in, AJ Lee makes her return to Monday Night Raw. And as AJ Lee and CM Punk were walking by, Becky Lynch was behind them and she was fuming. Apparently, Becky Lynch was going to have some sort of announcement, and then she found out that AJ Lee was there. So then Becky Lynch comes out and starts complaining. I was going to do some sort of Royal Rumble consumption, but then who do I see? Who do I see coming on my show? I see AJ Lee. And then the crowd started chanting for AJ Lee. And that's when Becky Lynch got even more pissed. And all this led to AJ Lee coming out and confronting Becky Lynch. Big pop from the crowd, by the way. So then Becky Lynch, knowing that she's pissed off, she asks AJ, "What are you doing on my show?" So AJ says, "What? I came out here to support Maxine. I came to support her." And then here we have Becky Lynch being so overdramatic as she says, "AJ, you're like a chihuahua barking in my ear. You're ruining my life with those stupid eyebrows." Really, Becky? Are you kidding me right now? So AJ says, "How am I ruining your life?" "Well, maybe except the time that I beat you at WrestlePalooza. And the other time that we faced each other at War Games and I beat you there too." And then Becky goes back at AJ and she says, "AJ, I don't even know if you want a match against me in your hometown of Chicago against the greatest of all time." And it's not just me saying it, ESPN, Sports Illustrated, everybody else is saying it. At Elimination Chamber, I plan to ruin your life in front of your family. The same way that you ruined my life. So then Becky says, "You want a one-on-one match with me?" Becky, I knew you liked me. I hadn't been in a one-on-one match in like 10 years. It would have to be special. Oh yeah, and when they tease this potential match, you know, Becky likes to say, oh, she doesn't want to do it. So she's saying no, like a lot of times. And then the crowd is doing the yes chant. So then Becky Lynch ends up accepting the challenge, which means, I'm pretty sure it will be for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It'll be Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the title. I thought we were going to win until WrestleMania. So then, speaking of Elimination Chamber, we have the first qualifying match of the night, as it is a triple threat match between Ivy Nile, Rhea Ripley, and Lyra Valkyria. So towards the end of the match, Lyra Valkyria connects the Nightwing onto Ivy Nile. She gets the pin, but Rhea Ripley breaks it up. Rhea Ripley gets Lyra Valkyria, she does a riptide, and that's where she gets the victory. Rhea Ripley joins Tiffany Stratton in the Women's Elimination Chamber match. So then, we have this segment that Michael Cole was going to do an exclusive interview with CM Punk, but Finn Balor decided to crash the party. So Balor says, CM Punk is hurt, and I'm responsible for it. I'm not going to wait for Roman Reigns to take the advantage from me. I want CM Punk. I want the World Heavyweight Championship, and I want it in Chicago at Elimination Chamber. He beat me in my house, now I'm gonna beat him in his house. But then Adam Pearce comes out, and he's telling him, no, you're not going to get the match. You still don't get it. CM Punk doesn't care. He comes out, and he wants to fight Finn. So he tells Finn, be a man and get in this ring. So Balor says, Punk, I want you to put that title on the line. I want to finish what I started 2 weeks ago. And Adam Pearce just does not want this to happen. He doesn't want Finn and Punk to go at it. And then Punk, he ends up telling Adam Pearce, Adam, I'm the champion. Either you give me a match against him, or I'm going to be looking for him all night. So then, Adam Pearce had no choice but to make the match official, as CM Punk will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. Now this is part 2 of their series of matches. So then Finn Balor is asked to leave. So he leaves. So then Michael Cole and CM Punk decided to keep their interview going. So Punk has a message to Roman Reigns as he says, I'm not putting anything at risk. No risk, no reward. Every Monday, I put everything on the line. It could all end in one night. But that shit ain't happening. Yes, he actually said that. Roman Reigns, you can't do a damn thing to stop me. WrestleMania will end with my hand raised. And that was a message to Roman Reigns by CM Punk. So heading into the Elimination Chamber in Chicago, CM Punk will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. Now, I would want to say it, but I would probably have to save it for my Elimination Chamber predictions, which will be coming up in the next few weeks as we get closer to the pay-per-view. So then I want to move on to, I don't think there was even a match, but it was a fight. It was Maxine Dupree versus Natty. Yes, Natty, that new character that Natalya is doing. So the match ends via countout because Natty is doing a sharpshooter to Maxine Dupree. So then the match is thrown away, and then we get AJ Lee coming out. She helps Maxine to the back, but then she gets attacked by Becky Lynch. Remembering that not only that AJ Lee is back to get a match with Becky Lynch remembered that AJ Lee was there because of Maxine. So then Becky gets her revenge on AJ Lee. So now I want to move on to the main event here. It's another Elimination Chamber qualifying match, this time for the men. It is LA Knight versus Penta versus Austin Theory. Now, if the Vision were getting involved, there are going to be some serious consequences. So then all the shenanigans begins as Logan Clown, Bronson Reed are out there. By the way, Braun Breaker is not there because he seriously got injured after what happened last Monday night on Raw. Hopefully he gets back before WrestleMania. So then they take out LA Knight. Bronson Reed does a tsunami, gets out of the ring. Adam Pearce is confronting both Logan Clown and Bronson Reed, with a whole bunch of security out there. And remember, there's no disqualifications in a triple threat match. So everything that they just did is legal. So Austin Theory tries to get the win. He gets dragged out of the ring. Austin Theory takes out Penta, but then the Masked Man, there's another Masked Man. What's going on with Triple H and his Masked Man? Anyways, the Masked Man gets involved. By the way, this is legal because it's a triple threat match and there's no disqualifications. Does a super kick, does a curb stomp. Austin Theory is out. Then this Masked Man is being chased by Logan Clown. Austin Theory gets back in the ring. LA Knight does his BFT, Blood Force Trauma finishing move. 1, 2, 3. And LA Knight will be joining Randy Orton in the Elimination Chamber match. Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman look like they were going to have an argument, and that's how Monday Night Raw goes off the air. So then, ever since the Royal Rumble, we are now starting to figure out who this other Masked Man is. Apparently, it's Grayson Waller, according to some sources. Is this true? I don't know, but Grayson Waller and Austin Theory used to be partners. I don't know, they could run this back. We're just going to have to wait and see. And also, since Roman Reigns already made his decision to take on the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, this means now that whoever wins the Elimination Chamber will face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Anyways, what did you guys think of this week's Monday Night Raw? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos. Follow me on Twitter at Ethan Stoy Show. And Becky Lynch is complaining again.